Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Lisa, the place where you learn real English for real life. I am your host, Lisa.
And I am Paul. Hello to all our fantastic listeners around the world. We are so happy to have you in our class today.
Paul, today we have a fascinating grammatical topic that causes headaches for students everywhere. In the first 10 seconds, I want to explain exactly how native English speakers agree with a negative statement compared to new English learners.
I am listening closely. What is the big difference?
When someone says a negative sentence like, I don't like traffic, a beginner English learner will almost always reply by saying, me too. But a native speaker will never say me too to a negative statement. A native speaker will say, me neither, or I don't either.
Ah, me too versus me neither. I hear that mistake absolutely everywhere. When a student says, I don't like bad weather, and the other student says, me too, it sounds so strange to a native ear.
It does. It sounds strange because to is a positive word of addition. You cannot add a positive to a negative don't. The logic of the language crashes. You are basically saying, I also positively do the negative thing. It makes the native speaker's brain freeze for a second.
English logic is very strict when it comes to positive and negative words.
It is. Today, we are going to fix this mistake forever. We are going to teach you exactly how to use three of the trickiest words in English, either, neither, and rather. We will cover how to agree, how to make choices, how to express preferences, and how to pronounce these words correctly, whether you are in London or New York.
This is a massive, highly detailed lesson that will instantly make your English sound more advanced and natural.
Let's jump right into our first situation. Paul and I are going to act out a very common scenario at a coffee shop. Listen closely to Paul's grammar when he tries to agree with my complaints. Oh, Paul, I am having a terrible morning. I am so tired. I didn't sleep well last night at all.
Oh, me too, Lisa. I didn't sleep well, me too.
You didn't sleep well, me too? Okay. Well, I really don't want to go to work today.
Me too. I don't want to go to work too.
And look at the weather outside. It is raining so hard. I don't have an umbrella.
Me too, Lisa. I don't have an umbrella too. We're the same.
Paul, we might be the same in our bad luck, but your grammar is definitely not the same as a native speaker's. Let's stop the role play and fix this right now. Okay, cut. Paul, you sounded very sympathetic. You wanted to agree with my pain, but your sentences were structurally broken.
I know. I kept saying me too and adding to the end of negative sentences. I didn't sleep well, me too. I don't have an umbrella too. Why is this such an easy mistake to make?
It is easy because in many other languages, there's just one word for also or to. You use the exact same word whether the sentence is positive or negative. For example, in Spanish, you might use también, but in English, we split our agreement into two completely different paths, the positive path and the negative path.
Okay, let's break down the two paths. What is the positive path?
If the first person makes a positive statement, meaning there is no not, don't, didn't, or can't in the sentence, you use to. Example, I am hungry. Me too. Example, I love pizza. I love pizza too.
That's the easy part. Everyone learns me too on their first day of English class. But what is the negative path?
When the first person makes a negative statement, meaning they use words like not, don't, doesn't, didn't, won't, or can't, you absolutely cannot use to. You must use the negative agreement word, neither. Or you can use a negative verb plus the word either.
Okay, let's look at my mistakes from the role play. You said, I didn't sleep well last night. I replied, me too. How do I fix that using the short, easy response?
To give the short, easy response to a negative sentence, you just say, me neither.
Me neither. M-E-N-E-I-T-H-E-R.
Yes, me neither is the exact negative twin of me too. I am happy, me too. I am not happy, me neither.
Wow, that is so simple. Let me try the next one. You said, I don't want to go to work today.
And what is the short, correct response?
Me neither.
Perfect. And you said, I don't have an umbrella.
Me neither.
Exactly. Me neither is your best friend in casual conversation. But Paul, what if you want to say the full, long sentence? In the role play, you said, I don't have an umbrella too. How do we fix that?
You mentioned I need to use a negative verb plus the word either.
Yes, the golden rule for long sentences is negative verb plus either. The word either always goes at the very end of the sentence to show agreement with a negative idea.
Okay, let's build the sentence. Subject, I, negative verb, don't have an umbrella, ending word, either. Correct sentence, I don't have an umbrella either.
Flawless. I don't have an umbrella either. Let's try the sleep example. You said, I didn't sleep well, me too. Fix it.
Subject, I, negative verb, didn't sleep well, ending word, either. Correct sentence, I didn't sleep well either.
Spot on. You have mastered the formula. Listeners, let's repeat the 2 master rules for negative agreement so you never forget them.
Rule number 1, the short response. When someone says a negative sentence, simply say, me neither.
Rule number 2, the long response. Use your subject, a negative verb, and put either at the very end. Example, I don't like it either.
It's so logical when you see the formulas side by side. But wait, Lisa, I have a question. Could I say I don't have an umbrella neither?
No! Alarm bells, sirens. That is a massive grammar violation. That is what we call a double negative.
A double negative. 2 negative words in one sentence.
Yes. In standard English, you cannot put 2 negative grammar words together. The word don't is negative. The word neither is negative. It literally means not either. If you put them together, I don't neither, they crash. Mathematically, 2 negatives make a positive.
So if I say I don't like it neither, it sounds uneducated.
Exactly. You must choose. Use the negative verb don't with the positive word either, I don't like it either, or use the short phrase with the negative word neither, me neither.
This is brilliant. Let's do a rapid-fire drill to make sure I have this locked in my brain. You give me a negative statement, and I will give you both the short, correct answer and the long, correct answer.
I am ready. Here we go. Number 1. I can't swim.
Short, me neither. Long, I can't swim either.
Correct. Number 2. I won't go to the party.
Short, me neither. Long, I won't go either.
Perfect. Number 3. I haven't seen that movie.
Short, me neither. Long, I haven't seen it either.
You are a machine, Paul. That was perfect grammar.
I feel very confident. But Lisa, before we move to the next complex layer of this grammar, we absolutely must talk about pronunciation.
Yes, pronunciation is a huge point of confusion for students all over the world when it comes to these 2 words.
E-I-T-H-E-R and N-E-I-T-H-E-R. Some people say either, some people say either. Which one is correct? Am I saying it wrong?
The beautiful, relaxing answer is they are both 100% correct.
Both are correct? How is that possible?
It is a regional difference. Generally speaking, in American English and Canadian English, the most common pronunciation uses the long E sound, either and neither.
Okay, so Americans say me neither and I don't either.
Yes, but in British English, Australian English, and New Zealand English, you will very frequently hear the long I sound, either and neither.
So a Londoner might say me neither and I don't either.
Exactly. And to make it even more confusing, many people in America use the British pronunciation, and many people in the UK use the American pronunciation, depending on the sentence flow. It is completely interchangeable.
That is such a relief. I don't have to worry about making a mistake with the sound. I can say either or either and everyone will understand me.
Yes, choose the one that feels best in your mouth. For this lesson, we will mostly stick to the American either, just to be consistent. But remember that both are perfectly fine.
Okay, we have mastered agreement. We know how to say me neither. But what happens when we use these words to make a choice, like looking at a menu?
That brings us to the conjunction forms. This is where you connect two ideas. Let's do another role play. This time, we are at a restaurant, and I am trying to offer Paul some food and drinks. Listen carefully to how he constructs his choices. Situation 2. Acting. Okay, Paul, the waiter is coming. What would you like to drink? Do you want tea or coffee?
I don't like hot drinks. I want neither tea or coffee.
You want neither tea or coffee? Okay. Well, what about dessert? You can have the chocolate cake or the apple pie. Which one do you want?
Oh, I'm on a diet. I don't want neither cake or pie.
You don't want neither cake or pie? Paul, your diet is strong, but your grammar is starving for help.
What? Did I say it wrong again? I use neither.
You used it, but you shattered the pairing rules. Let's stop the scene and fix this. End of situation 2. Okay, Paul. In English, when we are presenting two choices, we use specific pairs of words. They are like married couples. They must always stay together.
The married couples of grammar. Who are they?
Couple number 1 is the positive pair, either or. Couple number 2 is the negative pair, neither nor.
Either or and neither nor.
Exactly. Or always goes with either, nor with an N always goes with neither. Let's look at your first mistake in the restaurant. I offered you tea or coffee. You said, I want neither tea or coffee. What is wrong with that?
I used neither, but I paired it with or. I broke up the marriage.
Yes, you mixed the negative word with the positive word. If you start with neither, the connecting word must be nor.
So the correct sentence is I want neither tea nor coffee.
Flawless. Neither tea nor coffee. This means not tea and not coffee. 0 of the 2 options.
I speak neither Spanish nor French. She likes neither cats nor dogs. This sounds so incredibly formal and elegant.
It is a very beautiful structure. Now, let's look at your second mistake, which was even worse. When I offered dessert, you said, I don't want neither cake or pie.
Oh no, I see what I did. I used don't and I used neither. I fell into the double negative trap again.
You did. Don't is negative. Neither is negative. You cannot say, I don't want neither. So if you start your sentence with a negative verb, I don't want, which married couple must you use?
Because the verb is already negative, I must use the positive pair.
either, or.
Exactly. Form the correct sentence.
I don't want either cake or pie.
Perfect. Let's put them side by side so our listeners can see the magic. Option 1. I want neither cake nor pie. Positive verb, want, plus negative pair. Option 2. I don't want either cake or pie. Negative verb, don't want, plus positive pair.
Wow, they both mean exactly the same thing. 0 cake, 0 pie. But the grammar mechanics are reversed.
Yes, it is like balancing a scale. If you put the negative weight on the verb, the choices must be positive, either or. If you put the positive weight on the verb, the choices must be negative, neither nor.
Let me practice this balancing act. I will translate a negative idea into both versions. Idea: 0 rain, 0 snow. Version 1. We had neither rain nor snow. Version 2. We didn't have either rain or snow.
Spot on. Let's do another one. Idea: 0 time, 0 money.
Version 1. I have neither time nor money. Version 2. I don't have either time or money.
Brilliant. You are speaking like a true native. But Paul, what if I offer you two things and you just want to reject both of them quickly? You don't want to say the whole long sentence.
Like if you say, do you want tea or coffee? Can I just use one word?
Yes, you can just say neither.
Neither. Just one word. Do you want tea or coffee? Neither.
Yes. Or if you don't care which one you get, you want one of them, but you are happy with any choice, you say either.
Ah, do you want tea or coffee? Either. That means I will take tea or I will take coffee. I don't mind. You choose.
Exactly. Neither equals 0. I want nothing. Either equals one of the two. I don't care which one.
What if I want both? I'm very thirsty. I want the tea and the coffee.
Then you say both.
Okay, so the vocabulary of choice is neither equals 0, either equals 1, both equals 2.
That is a fantastic way to memorize it, Paul. Neither is 0, either is 1, both is 2.
This is so helpful. I feel like my brain is expanding. But Lisa, what happens when we use these words as the subject of a sentence? Like at the beginning, is the verb singular or plural?
Ah, you are asking the advanced grammar questions now. Subject-verb agreement with either and neither is a notorious trap, even for native speakers. Let's look at it.
Let's say I'm talking about two cars, a red car and a blue car. I want to say that 0 cars are fast. Do I say neither car is fast or neither car are fast?
The strict grammatical rule is that neither and either are singular when they are the subject alone. They refer to not one or just one. Therefore, you must use a singular verb.
So I must say neither car is fast.
Yes, neither car is fast. Either day works for me. Neither of the boys wants to go.
Neither of the boys wants. Even though boys is plural, the word neither controls the verb, making it singular, wants.
Exactly. That is the strict formal grammar rule. However, I will tell you a secret, Paul.
A secret? I love English secrets.
In fast, casual, everyday spoken English, you will hear millions of native speakers use the plural verb after neither of. You will hear people say, neither of the boys want to go, or neither of my parents are home.
Really? Native speakers break their own rules?
All the time. Because the word parents or boys is plural, it tricks the brain into using a plural verb. So if you're taking an IELTS test or writing a university essay, use the singular verb. Neither of my parents is home. But if you're chatting at a pub, nobody cares.
Good to know. For exams, singular. For life, don't stress.
But wait, there is one more crazy rule. What if you use the full married couple as the subject? Neither the manager nor the employees. Which verb do you use? Is or are?
Oh, wow. Manager is singular. Employees is plural. They're mixed. What do I do?
The rule of proximity. The verb must agree with the noun that is closest to it.
The closest noun. Let me look. Neither the manager nor the employees. The word employees is right next to the verb, so I use plural.
Yes, neither the manager nor the employees are here.
What if I flip it? Neither the employees nor the manager.
Manager is closest, so neither the employees nor the manager is here.
That's a brilliant trick. The rule of proximity. The verb looks at its nearest neighbor and copies it.
Exactly. You are officially an advanced grammar master, Paul. We have conquered either and neither. But there is a third word in our title today.
Ah, yes, the word rather. R-A-T-H-E-R.
Rather is a beautiful, sophisticated word. We use it to express preferences, to say that we like one thing more than another thing.
Let me guess, students make terrible mistakes with this word too.
They certainly do. The grammar structure around rather is very specific. Let's do our third and final role play. In this situation, Paul and I are deciding what to do for the evening. Listen to how Paul tries to express his preference. Situation 3. Acting. Well, Paul, it is Friday night. Do you want to go to the cinema to see the new action movie, or do you want to stay home and order pizza?
I'm very tired today. I prefer to staying home. Actually, I would rather to eat pizza.
You would rather to eating pizza than to go to the cinema. Paul, I am going to order the pizza, but while we wait for delivery, we need to fix this sentence. Okay, cut. Paul, you made the classic to mistake again.
Oh no, did I add the word to where it doesn't belong? I said, I would rather to eat pizza.
Yes, the phrase would rather acts exactly like a modal verb in English. And what is the golden rule of modal verbs that we learned in previous lessons?
Modal verbs never take the word to. They must be followed by the bare base verb.
Exactly. Would rather is a fixed phrase that means prefer, and it must be followed by the pure, bare infinitive verb. No to, no ing.
So I drop the to. Let me fix my sentence. I would rather eat pizza.
Yes, I would rather eat pizza. It sounds so smooth and natural.
Wow. I would rather stay home. I would rather sleep. I would rather watch TV. It is so easy when you delete the to.
It really is. Now, what if you want to explicitly compare two things? You prefer action A over action B. In your bad sentence, you said, I would rather to eating pizza than to go to the cinema.
How do I fix the comparison?
You use the connecting word than, T-H-A-N, and the golden rule applies to both verbs. No to on the first verb and no to on the second verb.
Ah, wow. Both verbs must be naked base verbs.
Yes. The formula is would rather plus base verb 1 plus than plus base verb 2.
Let me build the sentence. Subject, I. Phrase, would rather. Base verb 1, eat pizza. Connector, than. Base verb 2, go to the cinema. Correct sentence, I would rather eat pizza than go to the cinema.
Applause! Perfect. It flows beautifully. Let's practice a few comparisons. I will give you two options, and you tell me your preference using would rather than.
I am ready.
Option A, drink tea. Option B, drink coffee.
I would rather drink tea than drink coffee.
Excellent. Option A, read a book. Option B, listen to a podcast.
I would rather read a book than listen to a podcast.
Perfect. Notice that native speakers often contract I would into I'd.
I'd rather.
Yes, I'd rather read. She'd rather sleep. We'd rather drive. It makes you sound very fluent.
Okay, so I know how to say what I prefer to do. I'd rather stay home. But Lisa, what if I want to talk about what I want someone else to do?
Ah, you are opening the door to advanced English grammar. This is a structure that separates the intermediate students from the true advanced speakers.
I want to be advanced. Teach me.
What if you want to say, I prefer that you clean the kitchen? You're expressing a preference for another person's action.
Do I say, I would rather you to clean? No, wait, no to. I would rather you clean?
Nope. When you change the subject, when person A prefers an action from person B, the grammar shifts into the subjunctive mood. We must use the past tense of the verb.
The past tense? But I'm talking about right now.
I know, it feels illogical, but it is the rule. When using would rather plus different person, the verb for the second person must be in the past simple tense. It shows that it's an unreal, desired situation.
Okay, let me wrap my head around this. Subject 1, I. Phrase, would rather. Subject 2, you. Past verb, paid. Correct sentence, I would rather you paid the rent today.
Exactly. I'd rather you paid the rent today. That means I want you to pay the rent now or in the future.
That is wild. The past tense refers to the present. Let's do another one to cement it. I want my roommate to pay the rent today.
Subject 1, I. Phrase, would rather. Subject 2, he. Past verb, paid.
I would rather he paid the rent today.
Spot on. What if you want to make it negative? What if someone is smoking a cigarette in your house and you want them to stop? You want to say, I prefer that you don't smoke.
I have to use the negative past tense. What is the negative past tense helper verb? Didn't.
Yes. So the sentence is
I'd rather you didn't smoke in here.
flawless. I'd rather you didn't do that. This is the absolute most polite, sophisticated, native-sounding way to ask someone to stop doing something in English.
It sounds so much better than stop smoking. It's diplomatic. I'd rather you didn't smoke.
Let's practice this advanced structure. I will give you an annoying situation. You use I'd rather you didn't to stop me politely.
Okay, I am ready to be polite.
I am tapping my pen on the desk very loudly.
Excuse me, Lisa, I'd rather you didn't tap your pen.
Excellent. I'm taking off my shoes in the living room.
I'd rather you didn't take off your shoes here.
Excellent. I'm planning to call your ex-girlfriend.
Please, I'd rather you didn't call her.
Great job. You handled the subjunctive mood perfectly. Now, Paul, before we wrap up the teaching portion, there's one more way we use the word rather that has absolutely nothing to do with preferences.
A completely different meaning? English loves to do this to me. What is it?
We also use rather as an adverb of degree. It functions exactly like the words quite, fairly, or very.
Oh, so I put it in front of an adjective?
Paul, I am going to order the pizza, but while we wait for delivery, we need to fix this sentence. Okay, cut. Paul, you made the classic to mistake again.
Oh no, did I add the word to where it doesn't belong? I said I would rather to eat pizza.
Yes, the phrase would rather acts exactly like a modal verb in English. And what is the golden rule of modal verbs that we learned in previous lessons?
Modal verbs never take the word to. They must be followed by the bare base verb.
Exactly. Would rather is a fixed phrase that means prefer, and it must be followed by the pure, bare infinitive verb. No to, no ing.
So I dropped the to. Let me fix my sentence. I would rather eat pizza.
Yes, I would rather eat pizza. It sounds so smooth and natural.
Wow. I would rather stay home. I would rather sleep. I would rather watch TV. It is so easy when you delete the two.
It really is. Now, what if you want to explicitly compare two things? You prefer action A over action B. In your bad sentence, you said, I would rather to eating pizza than to go to the cinema. How do I fix the comparison?
You use the connecting word than, T-H-A-N.
And the golden rule applies to both verbs. No to on the first verb and no to on the second verb.
Wow, both verbs must be naked base verbs.
Yes, the formula is would rather plus base verb 1 plus than plus base verb 2.
Let me build the sentence. Subject, I, phrase, would rather, base verb 1, eat pizza, connector, than, base verb 2, go to the cinema. Correct sentence, I would rather eat pizza than go to the cinema.
Applause! Perfect! It flows beautifully. Let's practice a few comparisons. I will give you two options, and you tell me your preference using would rather than.
I'm ready.
Option A, drink tea. Option B, drink coffee.
I would rather drink tea than drink coffee.
Excellent. Option A, read a book. Option B, listen to a podcast.
I would rather read a book than listen to a podcast.
Perfect. Notice that native speakers often contract I would into I'd.
I'd rather.
Yes, I'd rather read. She'd rather sleep. We'd rather drive. It makes you sound very fluent.
Okay, so I know how to say what I prefer to do. I'd rather stay home. But Lisa, what if I want to talk about what I want someone else to do?
Ah, you are opening the door to advanced English grammar. This is a structure that separates the intermediate students from the true advanced speakers.
I want to be advanced. Teach me.
What if you want to say, I prefer that you clean the kitchen? You are expressing a preference for another person's action.
Do I say, I would rather you to clean? No, wait, no to. I would rather you clean?
Nope. When you change the subject, when person A prefers an action from person B, the grammar shifts into the subjunctive mood. We must use the past tense of the verb.
The past tense? But I'm talking about right now.
I know, it feels illogical, but it is the rule. When using would rather plus different person, the verb for the second person must be in the past simple tense. It shows that it's an unreal, desired situation.
Okay, let me wrap my head around this. Subject 1, I. Phrase, would rather. Subject 2, you. Past verb, cleaned. Correct sentence, I would rather you cleaned the kitchen.
Exactly. I would rather you cleaned the kitchen. That means I want you to clean the kitchen now or in the future.
That's wild. The past tense refers to the present. Let's do another one to cement it. I want my roommate to pay the rent today.
Subject 1, I. Phrase, would rather. Subject 2, he. Past verb, paid.
I would rather he paid the rent today.
Spot on. What if you want to make it negative? What if someone is smoking a cigarette in your house and you want them to stop? You want to say, I prefer that you don't smoke here.
I have to use the negative past tense. What's the negative past tense helper verb? Didn't.
Yes, so the sentence is,
I'd rather you didn't smoke in here.
flawless. I'd rather you didn't do that. This is the absolute most polite, sophisticated, native-sounding way to ask someone to stop doing something in English.
It sounds so much better than stop smoking. It's diplomatic. I'd rather you didn't smoke.
Let's practice this advanced structure. I will give you an annoying situation. You use I'd rather you didn't to stop me politely.
Okay, I'm ready to be polite.
I'm tapping my pen on the desk very loudly.
Excuse me, Lisa. I'd rather you didn't tap your pen.
Perfect. I'm taking off my shoes in the living room.
I'd rather you didn't take off your shoes here.
Excellent. I'm planning to call your ex-girlfriend.
Please, I'd rather you didn't call her.
Great job. You handled the subjunctive mood perfectly. Now, Paul, before we wrap up the teaching portion, there is one more way we use the word rather that has absolutely nothing to do with preferences.
A completely different meaning? English loves to do this to me. What is it?
We also use rather as an adverb of degree. It functions exactly like the words quite, fairly, or very.
Oh, so I put it in front of an adjective?
Yes, it's considered a little bit formal or very British, but it's extremely common. For example, if it's cold outside but not freezing, you can say, "It's rather cold today."
It's rather cold. That means it's quite cold.
Yes, the movie was rather boring. The exam was rather difficult.
My grammar is getting rather good.
Exactly. It's a fantastic softening word. It makes a strong adjective feel a little more polite. Instead of saying, "Your idea is stupid," a British gentleman might say, "Your idea is rather unusual."
That's hilarious. Rather unusual. I love the subtlety of English.
We have covered an enormous amount of ground today, Paul. We conquered either, neither, and rather in all their forms.
I think my brain is rather exhausted, but I'm ready for the ultimate test.
Yes, it's time for the mega interactive drill. Listeners, wherever you are, I want you to shout the answers out loud before Paul does. We're going to mix up me neither, either or, neither nor, and would rather.
I'll try to be fast, but listeners try to beat me.
Here we go. Question 1. You want to agree with this sentence. I don't like Mondays. Give me the short response.
Me neither.
Question 2. Give me the long response to I don't like Mondays.
I don't like Mondays either.
Excellent. Question 3. I offer you an apple or an orange. You want 0. Use the positive verb I want.
Positive verb requires negative pairs. I want neither an apple nor an orange.
Brilliant. Question 4. Same situation, 0 fruit, but use the negative verb I don't want.
Negative verb requires positive pairs. I don't want either an apple or an orange.
Spot on. Question 5. You want to express your preference for sleeping instead of working. Use would rather.
No two. I would rather sleep than work.
Question 6. Advanced level. You want me, Lisa, to arrive early tomorrow. Use would rather.
Two different subjects means past tense. I would rather you arrived early tomorrow.
Question 7. You want me to not sing loudly.
Negative past tense. I would rather you didn't sing loudly.
And finally, question 8. The food is quite spicy. Use rather as an adverb.
The food is rather spicy.
Ding, ding, ding. 100% correct, Paul. Listeners, how did you do? If you got those right, you are operating at an advanced English level.
That drill was intense, but it really solidified the rules in my head. No double negatives, no to after rather, and past tense for other people.
To bring this masterclass to a close, it is time for our favorite segment, the Master Story.
Oh yes, I am going to tell a story about a terrible date I went on last week, and I am going to try to use every single grammar structure we learned today.
Challenge accepted. Listeners, pay close attention. Grab a cup of tea, sit back, and see if you can spot all the instances of either, neither, and rather in Paul's story of romance gone wrong.
Let me clear my throat. Here goes. Last Friday, I went on a blind date. It was a disaster from the very beginning. When I met her at the restaurant, I said, "I am so sorry I am late. The traffic was terrible. I don't like driving in the city." She looked at me angrily and said, "Me neither, but you should have left earlier." I apologized and said, "I didn't check the map either." We sat down and looked at the menu. The waiter asked if we wanted still water or sparkling water. She sighed and said, "I want neither still nor sparkling. I want wine." I looked at my wallet and realized I didn't want either the expensive red wine or the expensive white wine, but I ordered a glass for her anyway. During dinner, we had nothing in common. Neither of us was enjoying the conversation. I tried to talk about sports, but she said, "I would rather talk about politics than talk about football." The situation was getting rather awkward. Finally, I decided to be honest. I looked at her and said, "Look, I think this is a bad match. I would rather we just ended the date now." She stood up, grabbed her coat, and said, "I'd rather you didn't call me ever again." And she left.
Standing ovation. Paul, that was a masterpiece of tragic storytelling and absolutely flawless English grammar.
Thank you, thank you. It was a terrible date, but it made for a great grammar exercise.
Let's break down exactly what you did for the listeners. First, you used the short agreement, me neither.
Then the long agreement. I didn't check the map either.
Then the negative pair with a positive verb. I want neither still nor sparkling.
Then the positive pair with a negative verb. I didn't want either the red or the white.
And you used the strict singular verb rule. Neither of us was enjoying the conversation.
Yes, that was a great detail. Then the direct preference without to. I would rather talk.
Then the adverb. It was getting rather awkward.
And the grand finale, the advanced past tense subjunctive. I would rather we ended, and I'd rather you didn't call.
It was brilliantly structured. Listeners, if you can write a paragraph or tell a story like Paul just did, seamlessly weaving between positive and negative pairs and using advanced subjunctive moods, you will shock native speakers with your fluency.
It takes practice. You have to train your brain to stop translating directly from your native language and start thinking in the English pairs.
Exactly. English relies heavily on these specific pairing structures to maintain logical flow and avoid double negatives.
Well, Lisa, I think we have successfully conquered either, neither, and rather in all their forms. My brain is full, but my English is stronger.
We have indeed, but a Talk Lisa lesson is never complete with a homework assignment. We must give our amazing listeners a challenge to prove their new skills.
Yes, we want you to practice these exact structures in the comments section below. Typing it out yourself is the best way to cement the grammar in your long-term memory.
We have a specific challenge for you today. Look at the pinned comment below the video.
The challenge is to finish this exact sentence. I don't like waking up early and...
You must finish the sentence by agreeing with the negative statement. You can use the short form, and me neither, or you can write a full, long clause using either.
For example, I don't like waking up early and my brother doesn't like it either.
Or, for extra points, you can add a rather sentence to tell us what you prefer. I don't like waking up early. I would rather sleep until noon.
Write your sentences in the comments below. Don't be shy. The Talk Lisa community is a safe, friendly, and supportive classroom.
We read every single comment, and we absolutely love seeing your creativity and your progress. We will reply and give you a heart or gently correct any tiny mistakes so you can keep learning.
Thank you all so much for dedicating your time to learning with us today. This was a massive, masterclass level lesson, and you should be very proud of your focus and dedication to improving your English.
If you found this grammatical deep dive helpful, please do us a massive favor and hit that like button. It tells the YouTube algorithm that our content is valuable, and it helps our channel grow so we can keep making these extensive, free lessons for you every single week.
And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We have many more deep dive grammar lessons, vocabulary builders, and pronunciation guides coming soon that will elevate your English.
We make a great team. Keep practicing your negative agreements. Remember to drop the to after rather and never use a double negative.
We will see you in the next episode, everyone. Have a wonderful, productive, and grammatically perfect day.
Bye for now. Stay curious and keep learning.